It's really not long now until Doctor Who, The Reality War, airs on TV. So this is going to be my final proper theory video. I mean, it's only a couple of days until the episode's out, but we've got some crazy theories to discuss today, as well as at the end of the video, we'll wait to the end for those of you who don't want possible leaks, we've got a leaked image of the finale, which can be interpreted in many ways. We'll discuss that at the end of the video though. But last night I did have this bizarre thought. I was like, putting all these pieces together, and it might happen, might not happen. This isn't a leak, but will we see a bigeneration from the 15th Doctor? Maybe all of this speculation and talk about a regeneration is along the right lines, but not quite. If Ncuti Gatwa is going to be busy in a play, thus can't film some of the seasons going forward, maybe they're going to continue this bigeneration. I mean, Russell did say, as I mentioned in one of my other videos this week, that we're going to be getting a full explanation and exploration of why and what causes bigeneration. So it would make sense. I mean, we saw the Rani bigenerate the other week. Who's to say we're not going to get another Doctor bigeneration? But I'll discuss that theory later. First up, we're going to do a quickfire round of running through some of your guys' theories, which you sent me over on Instagram. I'm probably going to do a live stream tonight reading more because we got so many responses. I'm not going to be able to read all of them, but we're going to do a quick fire round here of your theories before getting on to the leaks and before getting on to the big 15th Doctor bigeneration theory. I asked you guys for your craziest reality war theories, and our first response here is, I am all the companions, before Ruby deflects Omega's lightning back into him. Oh god, I hope this is nothing like Star Wars Episode 9. I mean, that's obviously what this comment's referencing. Let's just go in with more optimism. It's not going to be like The Rise of Skywalker. It's going to be good. One thing I have spotted with a lot of these responses, that there's not much optimism going around. Let's be optimistic, guys. Cal Maloney says Des is a younger Poppy who is the timeless child. So Des, this is baby Desamanderian, or whatever on earth its name was, the Wish baby. Yeah, there's definitely something going on with this Wish baby. I could 100% see it being like a younger Doctor. Like, if the Doctor, like, tying into all of these gods, Ncuti keeps saying in interviews, like, oh, we're going to discover more about the Doctor's past. If the Doctor wants to know where he came from, maybe he was originally part of this pantheon. That baby is a god, the Doctor is a god. The Doctor, though, I don't think would be the god of wishes. Like, I don't think that would quite tie in. I think maybe, like, god of time, but then that would probably be Omega. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think the Doctor would be the god of. Obviously, there's the suggestion in Empire of Death that he's almost like the god of life. Like Sutekh is the god of death, the Doctor must be the opposite, the god of life. Beck6603 says, what about the spoons? Love your channel, thanks for your dedication. Thank you very much, I'm glad you enjoy the videos, but what about the spoons? The spoons conspiracy is one of our longest running theories of this season, of this tenure of Doctor Who. Every time a god shows up, there's a spoon. Maestro appears in a spoon. Lux is brought to life by a spoon. Sutekh is defeated by a spoon. The gods of Ragnarok have spoons played to them. Like, there's spoons everywhere. How does it all tie in? I don't think we're going to get an answer. I thought it would tie into the tables don't do that thing, because you, like, put cutlery on a table, but probably not. It might just be a really bizarre coincidence, or maybe it's going to come back. The God of Spoons, that's the true finale villain. Crazy Melody 16 says Conrad will be Omega's new body. Yeah, 100%. I mean, the fact that we haven't heard, nor seen, nor had a casting announcement for Omega does potentially suggest to me either it's going to be a big surprise, like I mentioned in one of my other videos, like Peter Davison reprising his role because of the Arc of Infinity, or he could be inhabiting someone else's body. It could be the Doctor, he could do that again. I wouldn't be surprised if we get an evil Ncuti Gatwa as Omega versus a good Ncuti Gatwa, the Doctor, or, as you suggest here, Conrad's place in the story has been a little bit confusing. Like, obviously, we see why the Rani's there, but why would she keep him around? Why wouldn't she just sort of get rid of him after Wishworld? Maybe he's got a higher purpose. If the Rani worships Omega, she's like, look, here, take this guy's form. I could see that happening. Like, if Omega wants to walk on our mortal plane once more, take Conrad's body. There'll probably be a flashback to the Three Doctors and maybe Peter Davison from Arc of Infinity. Yeah, I think we're bound for a flashback. I mean, last episode there was flashback, flashback, flashback. It was non-stop flashbacks. They even flashbacked to baby Poppy, who was in that episode. They did a flashback to the episode, but I suppose it was about memories, so flashbacks in that sense worked. Like, it played out fine. But yeah, I could see them doing a Three Doctors flashback to Omega. Like, they did flashbacks to the Rani in the episode last week as well. There was even a Dimensions in Time flashback. So, yeah, I can see it happening. Peter Davison, I think, is very unlikely. It would be so cool, but I think it would probably be a bit confusing for fans, because you'd kind of have to have watched the Arc of Infinity for it to make any sense, and I don't know. But then again, Russell is being very, like, fan-pleasing with his new era, so who knows? Not impossible, just unlikely. Dr. Flux says it will be okay. That's nice. That's some form of optimism. We'll roll with it. Freya Coley says they copy Echo. Yeah, 100%. Russell's, look, I can see him now. He's watched Echo's end, he's watched Echo's return, and he's got his notepad out and he's just writing everything down. I think that's exactly, the Echo Doctor's going to show up. Maybe the entire cast of, maybe they're just going to play Echo's end instead of the Reality War. You know, that'd be quite cool. Why not? But in all seriousness, her comment continues, Susan reunion is all I care about right now. Yeah, I really, really am intrigued to see how Susan plays into this, especially because there is a little bit of jeopardy here with this episode in that we don't know when Season 3 or if a Season 3 is even going to be commissioned. Like, is this going to be one of the last times we see Susan, but they're setting up her return? Is she going to round off the episode? Is she going to come in and help save the day? How much Susan are we getting in this episode? I fear it might not be a lot. We've got so much going on in this episode already. There may not be space and time for Susan, sadly, but we'll have to wait and see. Dan says we'll hopefully be finding out who Belinda really is and explaining how she knew what a TARDIS was in episode 1. So yeah, this is exactly what my big theory ties into. You know what, we'll come to that theory now. We've done a quickfire round of your guys' theories. As I say, we'll probably do a live stream later reading more of them, so sorry if I missed them. But who is Belinda? Is there more than meets the eye with this new companion? As pointed out by Dan, in episode 1, she seems to know what a TARDIS is. She says, is this your TARDIS? Before the Doctor's ever told her what that is. Here is our absolutely crazy theory. We'll discuss the leaks in a moment, but what if I were to suggest to you that the 15th Doctor is going to bigenerate again? If Ncuti Gatwa is needed for other projects, and he's signed on to do a play, and they want to film season 3 soon, maybe they're gonna have to have a Doctor to fill the time while Ncuti's away. You could do another season with another Doctor, but not get rid of Ncuti entirely. Or perhaps this could have always been the plan. With Russell saying that this episode will explore and explain bigeneration, maybe this will be the last ever bigeneration. I mean, it would be 3 for 3. You wouldn't just bring Tennant back. Like, surely not. I mean, there were a lot of you suggesting Tennant should return in the theories for the Reality War, but I just don't see that happening. Add that to one of the apparent leaks, which we'll discuss later. Could the bigeneration actually be 15 splitting into Ncuti Gatwa and Varada Sethu? Now, I'm aware that sounds absolutely crazy and unsubstantiated off the surface, but I had this idea yesterday when I saw this picture, which is a promo image of the two of them from the season finale. Look at the clothes. Does that not look like a bigeneration? They're both matching at least. They've kept pictures and promos of the 15th Doctor and Belinda very under wraps for this episode. We've got more of Belinda. In fact, I think we've only got one of Ncuti Gatwa's 15th Doctor. Which maybe suggests to me that that's because they know if people see him wearing that costume, it's going to be a spoiler. Or maybe there's more stuff going on, or maybe we're going to see two doctors team up to defeat Omega and the Rani. I mean, if Ncuti's doctor is defeating Omega in the underworld, Varida's doctor could be upstairs defeating the Ranis. I mean, there's so many villains, it would make sense to do multi-doctor, but rather than just bringing back Tennant, you have a companion who's already there, who's already, as we pointed out, she seems to know what a TARDIS is. She didn't get told what a TARDIS was, she knew what a TARDIS was. She also didn't seem to be curious or ask the Doctor about regeneration, she just accepted it when the Doctor said this was his first time in this body during the story in the engine. Is that because maybe she's been chameleon arched, or maybe she's waiting under the surface ready to rise, but she subconsciously knows what these things are because she is the Doctor? It's also worth noting that Varida seems to have done a lot of the publicity for this season. She's done the TARDIS set tour, in which, might I add, she walks onto the TARDIS and she says, "This is mine and the Doctor's home."
Doctor's home. Welcome to the TARDIS.
The whole tagline for this series is "Get Belinda home." What if Get Belinda home is this idea of she's actually the Doctor and she keeps trying to run away from the TARDIS, but the TARDIS is her home. I mean, even if she isn't the Doctor, that could be where the series ends up. If Belinda starts as a reluctant companion, but realises by the end of the season, I belong with the Doctor in the TARDIS, that's my true home, that's where I want to go, and him, Ruby and Belinda go off for season 3. But coming back to this idea of a Belinda bigeneration, one of the big hurdles is, well, what about her family? Well, her dad is suspicious to start with. We've never seen him. And she keeps saying, oh, we'll make him laugh. Which, like, the giggle, laugh, is that a sign of the gods? Don't make me laugh. All of that. If these theories we were discussing earlier about the Doctor actually being a god are true, maybe the 16th Doctor, Belinda, has a harbinger or something along those lines. Those pieces are they're not quite fitting together, but you can see where I'm going. Add this to the confusion of Mundy Flynn. We know Time Lords can look at faces and use it to remind themselves of something. So did the Doctor pick that face for a reason which will become apparent in the finale? I mean, Russell keeps talking about all these plot threads are coming together, and we know that Stephen Moffat had to read the finale episode for some reason, which usually means that a character he's written is going to be included within the finale. So could it be Mundy? Could that be the reason Stephen had to check over this script? In the trailer, Belinda says she's going to protect her daughter, whom is Poppy. But if this is Belinda and she's got her real memories back, how and why would Poppy actually be her daughter? Well, this could tie in with the theory that Poppy is actually the Doctor's daughter, and if Belinda is the Doctor, then there you go, Poppy is Belinda's daughter. Also, it would explain why Susan keeps cropping up, because if Poppy is the mother of Susan, it would explain how Susan ties into this whole convoluted scheme of things. And as I say, the only time we've ever seen Belinda's family has actually been in this wish world. In this false reality. We haven't seen any member of her family in real time. Does she have them? Add all this to Russell saying bigeneration will be explained, Ncuti saying we're going to get loads of secrets about the Doctor explored, we could be onto something. Now, it's time to talk about the leaks. They're not major, one of them's just an image, and one of them could just be a pack of lies. But a guy who has reliably leaked a lot about this season has said that the 16th Doctor has been cast and is female and familiar. Those are the two words he used, which is probably why the internet started speculating that it was Billie Piper who'd be playing this role. But who also fits that? Belinda, well, Varida's female and familiar. Bigeneration, it could all be adding up. There is also this picture that we've seen. We don't know the context at all. I kind of think this might just be a flashback to this false reality, where, like, if you look in the background it says Happy May Day on the screen. This is probably the Doctor and Belinda during one of these dream sequences where they're together, or it could be at the end of the episode. Maybe Mayday ends up meaning something good. Whatever it is, this image was leaked by Disney+. It's always Disney that do the leaking now. They put this as the promo image for the reality war, which a lot of people have run with and gone, oh, this could be any number of things. It could be before a regeneration. It could be after a bigeneration and 15 settling down. Nobody knows. And, I mean, I don't. Let me know your theories in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, as ever, please do remember to like, comment, subscribe and share. Really helps me out a lot. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.
Don't forget to click below and subscribe to the official Confused Adipose YouTube channel.
I will destroy you! She's not seen a single episode.
No, I've watched your episodes.
Keep these sonic screwdrivers.
What else am I saying about the film? Don't watch this one.